Being here, congratulations so far on a great season. Wisconsin's making its 12th straight NCAA regional appearance. Coach, if you would just give an opening statement about being here this weekend, and then we'll take questions.
Oh, I mean, we don't take this time for granted at all. I think any time that you're amongst one of the top 16 teams and playing in the second weekend is very special. It's hard to do. We're happy to be here and such a great volleyball environment and state, and we're excited to play. We're excited to get after and get this weekend started. You see some matches that are happening right now, and it gets the juices flowing for sure.
Questions?
Kelly, Jamie just said one of his models when he took over that program was he wanted to turn that into a Wisconsin, which you've done. You're familiar with him and the job he's done there in just this couple of years.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of conversation. I think I don't know, might have been a couple of years ago. He came to Madison, and we went out and had some dinner and kind of talked about it. I have a lot of respect for his mind and how he sees the game, how he trains the game. I think he's one of the top trainers, one of the top coaches in the country. Great experience that he comes in with, and and he's got a vision. And we're sitting here in the Devaney Center, and this was one of the programs we were looking to and looking up of how to. It's more. Terry Pettit used to talk about it. It's more than just having a team. There's a lot of teams out there, but running a program and building everything that goes into that, a fan base, community, and something that can last. It's more than just a 1 or 2 year thing. It's something that is sustainable for a long period of time. I think here this is certainly the epitome of that. That was something that we've tried really hard to be able to do, and that's something that Jamie is trying very hard to do. And it takes more than just the coaches and teams. It takes commitment from administration of being all the way in and being able to share your vision. And I know when they came to our place, that was something we talked about a couple of years ago. I said, "Hey, come to Madison, bring all your people with you. We'll open it up, give you access to anything, and to be able to do that." And because people did that for me.
Tevin, what was the emotion like last week at the field house? I mean, the last match is there, and how do you kind of use that to carry into what's going on this weekend?
I mean, obviously there was a lot of emotion with it being our last match in the field house with the Badger jersey on, but I mean, it just gives us more motivation to keep going and to keep making our way in this tournament, just to do it for the younger girls too, so that they too can have that emotion as well.
Kelly, I think you said this summer there needed to be a bracket challenge online for the tournament. Did you know there was one in the works at the time when you said that?
I've been saying that for a few years. I mean, it's there's a great following of our sport, and there are some people that follow their teams and they back their teams. One of the cool things about the bracket challenge is you get invested in other matches. You actually care who wins because you made a pick of who you thought was going to win. And so great that we finally got to that place, and I'm sure there was a lot of people that are excited about it.
So CC and Devin, how are you guys better now than you were when you played A&M a couple months ago?
Yeah, I talked about it.
Yeah, I think we try and focus day by day, not looking into the future. And so I feel like we've grown so much as a team, not only on the court, but off the court. One thing we worked on at the beginning of the year was communication, and we've excelled in that, and still trying to build on those small things and sharpen that edge throughout the season. obviously we played them earlier in the season, but they're a different team now. It's been 2 months. Same thing for us. We're a different team now, so it'll be a fun matchup.
One of the things I want to kind of talk about with both of these guys here is, Devin was talking about our last match in the field house, and these two are they're the epitome of what it is that we're trying to be about with our program. And these are two elite players that have had amazing careers, both that are All-American talents, and both of them that have had to sacrifice individual playing time and awards for the good of the team. And I think in this day of where people are just transferring and everybody's trying to get theirs is when you have athletes that are willing to set their own ego aside and their own personal ambitions and place the team in front of it. It's really what makes coaching so much more fun. And I'm sure it hasn't been easy, but you'd never be able to tell. And they've had other examples of other people that have done that are in other positions and things. And so it's when you have players that are buying in at that level, then it gives you a chance. It gives you a chance, and I think sometimes we don't recognize that enough publicly, and of how much I appreciate both of these two for what they've done, and because of that, they've taken their fan base along with the journey a little bit further along than what they would have done had they not been able to buy into it.
For either of you, what goes through your head when he says that?
I mean, it's the truth. I mean, there's nothing else to it. I mean, we know what we have to do to win. If this is what it takes, then that's what it takes.
Kelly, you mentioned transfer right there. You got a bingo earlier this week. I mean, what's the challenge of trying to focus on the here and now, but also dealing with the portal being open, names are popping up, and balancing the future versus now?
Y'all keep asking on things to get me on a soapbox, and it should be about these guys, but I totally understand. It's tough, man. I bet nobody feels sorry for any of us. It's every coach here is having to manage the same thing. It would be, I think all of us would enjoy it more if it could just be about this point in the tournament, And so our days are spent watching film and getting these guys ready, and our nights are spent watching players that are in the portal and getting on in conversations, because you do have a responsibility as well to make sure that your future is taken care of. It would be certainly nice if we got to the point where our portal window is the same length as basketball and football. 20 days is certainly better than 30 days. It's really kind of is kind of a tough deal when you're doing this during this time of it, and but it is what it is, and so it's we'll all get caught up in sleep after our season's done.
Any more questions?
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you.